To the start once again. Ladies and gentlemen, BLT has officially begun. Hey everyone, this is McCoy. Welcome to the inaugural video of the BLT 12 podcast. I am joined by...
Garrett 2004 here.
She's back again. We're doing another tour. So, today we're just going to start off and kick off week 1 predicts as we normally do. Although you motherfuckers think that playing 6 matches early earns you the right to be not in prediction territory. Well, you're wrong. So, let's get this started. You already know the BLT rules. I've already explained an overview from the last BLT, so you should already know the rules by now. I have put last year's overview link in the description below so that if you are, if you want to know the rules again and are still confused by the whole ruling system, then there's your quick and easy guide. So, let's get things started, shall we?
Okay.
First up, we have the week 1 matchups featuring your team, the Resort City Rufflets, and the Jubilife's Jirachis. So nice that they had to do the JS twice. First off, we have the Ubers game between Skimmy the God and Ice Master. Already, PokeArt, you really want to throw Skimmy the God to the wolf that is the Ice Master, huh?
Who says we're throwing him to the wolves?
Oh, you know how
Who says
good...
Ice Master's a wolf?
You know how good Ice Master is.
Yeah, and?
You really think that Skimmy is gonna have the tools enough to win?
Not with your attitude.
I am being a little condescending. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the matchup between Skimmy and Ice Master, I mean, we've seen both players before in BLT. Both have done pretty well in the past. And, as much as I want to root for Skimmy, I gotta predict, an odds-on favorite, if you will. I'm going with Ice Master. I mean, it won't be a surprise if Skimmy wins, but it's still Ice Master, I think it's still gonna carry and be one of the the tier leading veterans in this pool. But Skimmy's just a notch below. He'll probably win the next week, bouncing back, but who knows. Next up is OU. We got Big Boy 038. You actually drafted a big boy here against Stariel. Is he that good? Is he good enough to beat Stariel?
The idea was to have Maverick face Stariel.
That's a bold choice.
What do you mean?
That's a bold choice. I mean, granted, Maverick is good, but putting Big Boy here, I guess, would make better sense in hindsight. But hey, you can't really know which OU will lead which, but still.
Yeah, I have to say, I was a little confused as to why, we put Maverick in OU2 if we were thinking he would face Stariel. Because, I don't know, general pattern, I feel like people put their better OU player in this first OU slot.
It is a pattern, and you're 100%
I
right.
know, I'm not saying that in regards to our team. I'm saying that in regards to the Jirachis.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's a pattern for the past for potential past people, but yeah, as much as wanna see, I'm very curious in seeing how well Big Boy does, but I think I'm going a little bit more traditionalist than past years. I think I'm going Stariel to win. I mean, I guess Big Boy and Maverick does make the most sense logistically. So okay, if you were gonna put someone, best put your best foot forward, I guess. All right.
We got another OU player, but like, if you're talking big shots, then
Then look no further than the Big Boy, right?
No, I just mean Maverick's pretty much the only big shot OU player that is the He's pretty much the only big shot who's specifically known for OU in our team, I think.
Fair enough. Alright, next up we have...
Keyword specifically known for OU, because we have other great players who are known for their skill in other things, or just all-around skill.
Well, speaking of Maverick shooters, might as well go for it. In the other OU slot, we got Maverick shooters versus Doug Trio's Broken. I don't know a whole lot about Doug Trio's Broken, but I heard from a lot of people say he's good.
Seems decent enough from the game he played today.
Which means he did play today. Yep, this is one of the games that was played today. And I believe Doug Trio won, didn't he?
Yeah.
Aw, I would have picked Maverick shooters. If I was going into this with...
He got a little unlucky at like a couple points. Really nasty para at one point. Heard he missed early in the game, although I didn't actually see that part, so I need to rewatch the game.
Okay,
He says he won without the para. I'm not entirely sure if that's accurate considering what was in the back for Doug Trio's team, but I mean, if he had a plan to deal with that, then maybe.
I mean, okay, maybe save the discussion for when we actually do recap the game. But as until this point, yeah, I'll take the L here. I would have put Maverick over Doug Trio just a little bit, but yeah, it's unfortunate that he lost so early.
Really unfortunate.
Next up is the UU game between Goro Yagami and Hax Lolo.
Likeable user doesn't really equate to much there.
Oh, you're calling some people out with that statement, but yeah, okay. Meanwhile, Goro Yagami, we have seen them in past BLTs, and we have seen them play occasionally in tours, and I think he's decent, so I am gonna go with them. I think Goro Yagami's got this.
Yeah, you use his main, I think.
Okay, good. Then that's good. I think UU is a solid choice for him. So, good for him. Next up, we have RU. We have the Franklin versus Eevee. First time we're seeing Eevee in this BLT at least. Or at least in these videos. I don't know if Eevee has actually competed in previous BLTs before making these videos, but still. It's good to see him. It's good to see them, but Ars9, what can you say about the legendary Ars9 and RU? If he falls week 1, which we have seen in the past, then I don't know what to think.
Please stop jinxing it.
I am gonna pick Ars9 though. Simply because he's Ars9. Not much else to say. Let's move on. Next up, we have NU. We got Acid versus Enzonana. So tell us why you decided to put Acid in NU.
Literally, who else?
Who else? I think he is quite...
This guy plays the tier. I don't think anyone else really mains it or anything on
this
team.
is speaking from a boomer, guy, so don't take what I say that seriously, because I don't know most of these people. So this is just coming from someone who just looks at them in face value and says, "Who?" So, and this is one of those players. But people have been hyping him up.
Not gonna lie, I'm not actually familiar with him either.
But I've seen some people talk about him like he's a brilliant player. He's up against Enzonana, which we have seen in past BLTs.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him perform well in NU. He signed up for NUPL.
Which is, it could lead to some good experience there to come to here playing NU. So you know what? We'll go with Enzonana. That's the hot take. Again, I'm not entirely devoid of being the betting man, unlike some people are. So yeah, I'm going with Enzo Nana. Next up was PU. We got Leroy Pollux 1 versus Blood Ace. Again, this is another player that I don't know of, so enlighten me on Leroy Pollux.
All-arounder.
He's just an all-arounder.
That's all I can really tell you.
Okay. Well, he's up against Blood Ace, who, you know, credit to him though. He has slightly improved over the last time we saw him. So I feel a little bit more confident in saying Blood Ace will win.
I don't.
Okay. Well, you're gonna feel better after this next predict. LC, Wesh Papillon versus Arcanine 1929. The literal definition of having a Goliath against young David. So.
Okay, wow.
Yep. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I mean, cool. That's very high praise for Pap, and like I get why, but this is LC. That's something you gotta remember.
Yeah, and Pap has a strong.
I don't think anything can be that ridiculously uneven if both players know how to play the tier, and well, it's LC, which, well, I feel like you get what I'm saying, right? That's always iffy.
Yeah, that is always iffy,
regardless of the player.
And the fact that, you know, Pap has a very, very historically known love-hate relationship towards LC. So.
Yes, he does.
And it's very evident in past years. He's been the greatest at it, but in past years, he just wants to die on that hill. So. It's gonna be interesting to see how a extremely experienced Wesh Papillon will do against someone like Arcanine 1929, who's decent, but could face a wall really early on in his career. So I'm going with Pap. Is there literally any other choice? Is there literally any other choice other than Pap winning?
There is, but I don't think I want to say it.
That's a betting man instinct. That would be the true ideal betting man instinct. But no, I'm smarter than that. I'm going Pap.
Yeah, you see, the other option is that he loses to Hacks.
Ouch. That's
literally the only other option. He does not lose otherwise.
Which will be the greatest of shame. And we will slam this match for being that way. Anyway, next up we have Monotype. We have Rio Vidal versus Jack Hustler. Maroon versus Jack Hustler.
Come on. One's the mono leader.
I know. And how can you not predict against him? I mean, Maroon is Maroon. So good. Well, though, I will not discredit Jack, though. Jack, if you've seen my videos on the Euphanous Legacy League, you'll know that Jack is a great player. Great at old gens, but in Monotype, he's actually pretty decent. Like, I've seen a couple of his replays during, when I was looking at his replays on Monotype specifically in preparation for this, and yeah, he's decent. He could actually give Maroon a fighting chance once he gets the type advantage and all, and you know.
Decent versus Monotype leader.
Well, it's against it's a decent, and you know, the type advantage and all that, but I don't know. It's still Maroon. Yeah, Maroon absolutely should win over Jack Hustler, but hopefully this will be a strong indication. If Jack Hustler does perform well, maybe I'll hedge a bet towards him, but still, it's Maroon. It's Maroon. Next up is Doubles OU. We got Luisin versus Sir Volt Mike, or Senior Volt Mike. Now, we have seen Luisin...
Yes, is it Sir or is it Senior?
Well, now we had seen Luisin compete in past BLTs, and generally they done well in past occasions. But still, but this is a striking semblance here. I don't know. I don't know how good Sir Volt Mike is, so I'm very keen on seeing and how he performs.
I'm not entirely sure either.
So yeah,
but
do you believe in Louison?
I think they're an acquaintance of Kinu, maybe.
Maybe. Oh, if that's the case, then could be.
Let me see.
If that's the case, then that would be a very interesting pairing right there. He could probably support him.
Oh yeah, I guess he is an acquaintance of Kinu.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go with Louison. I'm going from what I know. Like, Louison is good. I may have had a lower opinion of him before.
We have a little help, and you can see who.
I do know, and I'm not gonna say it because I don't like revealing things.
That would be bad.
Yeah, I don't like revealing things. Do not like revealing, like team revealing or scout revealing or whatever. That's banned. That's banned in our house. So, yeah, Louison.
Good.
Next up is Ranbat's best of 3. Oh my gosh. Piyush versus Luscono Shuto. This is like picking between the chocolate and vanilla.
That can be a very easy choice for some people.
I know. And
who's vanilla and who's chocolate here?
And I'm talking ice cream.
Yeah, but which one is which?
Fucking, I don't know. It's interesting because I know Luscono Shuto is a GOAT at Rands, but so is Piyush, and Piyush has actually topped the ladder. So
yes, he has topped the ladder. Also, I think this is a more notable feat than that. He went 9-1 in RBTT.
That's very good. That's a very great record in Ranbat's team tour.
Yeah, like, that's arguably more impressive than that year Michael Derbest went 9-0 in Rand.
Wow.
In TPP.
So,
because, like, this is RBTT, which we're like,
it's
almost everyone you face is gonna be a real good Rands player, odds are.
Yeah, it's an entirely Rands focused meta. And Piyush going 9-1, a very strong 9-1 in that, is definitely an incredible feat. So I'm so sorry, Luscono Shuto. I have to go with the favorite here. I'm going Piyush.
That's the correct option.
I'm sorry, but
you never doubt the GOAT. Okay, you never doubt the GOAT.
I'm never gonna doubt the GOAT. It's Piyush. And finally, in terms of your matchup at least, National Dex. Yay! First time we're seeing that in BLT. Tempo de Angoria versus Y Sagaz. Alright. So it's an interesting splot that Tempo de Angoria is being slotted in. I wouldn't be hard pressed, but I haven't seen Y Sagaz all that well. I'm going off of what I know, but Tempo de Angoria has seen improvement over the course of last year. Overall, so it's definitely a stark contrast to what I thought of him last year. So yeah, I'm going with Tempo de Angoria. I feel a lot better.
Good.
In voting for Tempo. You happy, Pokeart? I predicted like 7 or 8 people for you. And
oh wow, I wasn't really keeping track, but good. You predict us to win.
But you're currently 0-1 right now, so you better fix that. Look here.
Maverick got a little unlucky, but also I happened to notice the whole team happened to notice. Bro was kind of clicking.
Oof. Well, he is. Wow, way to call him out.
In fact, both sides were kind of clicking. Like, did you notice how neither side? use timer till very late in the game?
I haven't seen the game yet, so don't spoil.
Oh, right.
Don't spoil anything.
But yeah, timer was almost completely unused.
The click, 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 click. Great. Alright, next up.
Those were clicking real fast.
Bros are clicking. They click like they're on drugs. Alright, next up we have Roaring Sailor Moon versus the Cinnabar Charizards. And I can tag you back in because you're now ready to predict.
Okay.
First up, we have Ubers. We had Skyu versus Zoe Cafe.
I'm not terribly familiar with Zoe Cafe.
And you have to say it in that way. You have to say it in that way, Pokeart. It's Zoe Cafe.
In what way?
Zoe Cafe. It's like saying it.
Why are you saying it like that?
It's like introducing yourself into a maid cafe. Well, Skyu is great at Ubers, as we've seen in the past. So I'm not too familiar with Zoe Cafe either. So I think this is a Skyu win. Unless Zoe Cafe impresses.
I'll go with Skyu for familiarity's sake, but I wouldn't be surprised if Zoe Cafe wins.
Alright, we're going with...
I've heard they're good.
Okay. Next up we have OU, Mata versus Cave. Hey, two players...
Mata.
Two players were actually familiar with playing OU. They have played OU in the past, but I think Mata's looked generally better than Cave. So...
I'm not familiar with Cave's OU. All I know is that he's been in World Cup, so I guess he's probably played it before.
Yeah, he's decent, but like, I think Mata's just better. So Mata.
Probably.
So Mata's better. Like, it's okay. Next up is OU. We got Unstoppable 1 versus Hacker.
Oh.
Huh? Huh?
What?
Same reactions. I think even one guy mentioned in the Torch Plaza Discord says, "Brother, you're playing OU." It made me do a double take. So, Unstoppable 1, you have mentioned before that he's won the Sword and Shield Slam.
Yes.
And
apparently.
Yeah, Unstoppable 1. Coming into this with a lot of hype, so that's good. Hacker playing OU. I mean, you know, door monies OU has always been good. You know, remember during his run towards TLT in the year that he won?
Okay, but how many years ago was that?
Like 3. It's been a long time.
I don't think Gen 9 was out yet.
I know, but we have seen Hacker play OU, like in general. But Gen 9 OU, I don't know. Gen 9 OU specifically, we really don't know. But Unstoppable 1, I think should win.
Okay. I'll go with him too. Maybe. I wanna believe.
You wanna believe
that he's the
Hacker.
GOAT.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say I believe in Hacker. I want to believe in Hacker, but I believe in my GOAT. Never mind. Okay. Next up, we have UU. We have Oblidius versus Seraph Z. We have seen both in previous BLTs. They had some pretty unremarkable performances back then. But nowadays, well, who are you going for?
I'll go with Seraph Z, but I genuinely don't really know.
I'm in your camp, Pokeard. I'm also going with Seraph Z. Just generally thought that he, I guess on paper, is better. Alright, next up we have RU. Drip Legend versus Jordan. Will Drip Legend not suck this time?
I think he's out of luck. He's up against a GOAT.
Jordan's the GOAT. I don't see Drip Legend winning, especially after the train wreck run that he had, I think last year. Was it last year that he went like really negative?
1-5 or something.
Ugh.
2-5 maybe.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. I think this is a clean cut Jordan win. All right. Next up.
I should think so too.
All right. Next up, we have Astra versus Ninja in NU. Apparently.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. Apparently, I've been told that this is a highlight match.
Yeah, I'd say.
I've been told that this is a great matchup between two very esteemed NU players. So this is going to be fun. But who do you think should win?
Maybe Astra?
Ooh, you're picking someone we haven't seen play at BLT at all.
All I know is that they're very they do a lot of NU, like a lot. They're like if I remember correctly. All I know is that they do a lot.
Okay, well, Ninja, we have seen like dominate.
Oh, look at that. Acid. One of my teammates.
I agree.
He's actually voicing in the NU room.
Oh, never mind. Yeah. So, well, Ninja, we have seen dominate a bunch in the NU pool, clearly amping himself to be the GOAT player that he is. You're going to say Estra will win? I think I'm going the opposite. Despite, I want to see how Estra does. I do want to see how Estra does, but I think I'm going to go with Ninja. I could totally see Ninja winning, and I could totally see Estra winning. So, this is going to be fun. Hopefully I can watch it live. Next up, PU, we have Blehay versus Druid. Wow.
Wait, what? I'm only noticing that Blehay is in PU, which is interesting.
I mean, it's interesting. Meanwhile, Druid is a king of PU. I mean, last year we proved that he's one of the best players in PU. So it's gonna be fun seeing them again. So I'm gonna say Druid. What about you?
I'm going Druid. I mean, I find it kind of weird that Bleehay's even in. That Bleehay's even slotted here.
Watch this be the Blehay run. Watch this be the Blehay run. Alright, next up is LC. We got Envy versus Loki Fan. Envy is coming into this as the LC Circuit Champion.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty strong case on its own.
And Loki Fan, well, he has the hacker support. So he could honestly give him a pretty good going. But, come on, it's Envy. How can you bet against the Circuit Champion, which we've had seen past Circuit Champions do either really well or really mid. So it's gonna be an interesting tour. But Envy should win, at least his first game.
I should think so. Yes.
Alright, Envy to win. Next up is Monotype. We saw Twinkie versus Drizzle. And this happened. The first game of BLT XII, and it was over 200 turns. Fuck all of you. Alright, so, and I believe Driz did win, so congrats to him. Would we have gone for Drizzle?
Probably not.
Yeah. Congratulations, Drizzle. You weren't meant to win, but you did win. It's Drizzle. He plays water teams, and he won with a water team. Doesn't that make sense?
I think it makes a lot of sense.
Alright, next up we have a doubles OU. Pig Warrior 19, the LCPL champion. Again, hacker showing that why he drafted
I don't think it's right to say the LCPL champion.
It's in his damn banner!
It's a team tour, Mikoi.
It's a damn banner. If it says it on his damn banner. I know.
Yeah, but there's no because it's a team tour.
It's a LCPL champion versus a Worlds player.
Keanu VGC?
The Worlds player, Keanu VGC. He hasn't made Worlds yet, to my knowledge. Maybe he might.
Not this year, but last year, yes.
Yeah, he was a Worlds player. Great job. Hopefully he'll make Worlds this year. But you'll win this game. I think Keanu is better here.
Probably.
We're rooting for Keanu. Next is the Random Bats Best of 3. We got Hammy versus Lady Rider. And Hammy won.
Happened. I said it happened.
It happened. And Hammy won. So, yeah. I know going into this that Lady Rider is great at Rams. I've been told that. Hammy, though, surprising with a best of 3 win. So...
It was a really close set. Did you see it?
Nope.
Really close set.
Well, I'll watch it once I get to actually reviewing it. Next up, we have the National Dex set between Seth and Rahul. Alright. Seth about to make a comeback after the terrible performances in the Yuvanos Legacy League. My guy, Seth, you really need to bounce back from that tour. And maybe this is the tour to do it.
What do you do in the Yuvanos Legacy League?
Oh, he's been real negative. He's granted, the Gen 7 RU pool there was stacked, but Seth just got really unlucky and couldn't muster up a single win up until like week 3 or 4. But yeah, he just had a really unlucky tour.
Well, it sounds to me like you're saying he got unlucky.
A lot. But he needs to bounce back with some wins here. And I think the first step here is now. So we're going Seth against Rahul, who's been honestly pretty average.
Okay, I guess I'll agree with you. I don't know who Rahul is.
I've lost to him once in a Tours Plaza tour. Yeah, so I think Seth should win. And then we get... Oh my god, we're only just halfway there? It's only 40 minutes and we're just halfway there? Alright, Primal Power Pangoros versus the Pillsbury Doughboys. Let's go blaze through this. First up in Ubers, we get a highlight match as crying faces Ainscrad. Maybe I have this instant image in my mind that we've had a Boeing versus crying match before. And in Ubers. And in a BLT.
Okay, then can you tell me who won it?
It's probably crying.
Yeah, I don't think they faced.
So, even if they didn't face before in my Mandela effect BLT, yeah. Crying versus Ainscrad. I mean, this is a great match on paper. Both players are really good at Ubers. Could really go either way. Ainscrad could really give Crying a run for her money. Do I go betting man, though? Probably not. I should go Crying.
I'll go betting man. I'll go Ainscrad.
Ooh, she's doing it. Poker's doing it. Okay. Next up is Oil. We got Bade versus Donox. Please
never say it like that again.
I've done weirder accents before on this channel. So, Batty versus Donox. We've seen Batty doing pretty well in last year's DLT. And Donox, well, he's killed it in the Yuvanos Legacy League. Never has lost a step,
in what
I think.
tier?
Multi-gen OU.
I see.
456
But
though.
that is old gens.
456 though. But yeah, it's still great. I mean, what else can you say? It's fucking Dunox. But this is a great matchup. But Batty's a well established OU main too. So this is a hard matchup, and I think I'm gonna go with Dunox.
I'll agree and go with Dunox as well.
I really thought you were gonna go Batty. Alright.
I'm higher on Dunox.
OU, again, we see Let's Rumble Shall We versus Pixel Bob. An interesting one, this one.
Let's rumble, shall we?
It's interesting to put Let's Rumble Shall We in the OU slot, considering we've harped on a lot on how Let's Rumble Shall We is great at the lower tiers. So what I'm putting in OU is quite the surprise.
Who do they have slotting in for lower tier? Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I think Let's Rumble Shall We. I mean, there's no other option. I think as good as Pixel Bob may be, I mean, Hellray has proved that they are versatile in every tier they've competed in. Could probably play OU at a high level, so it's very experimental regardless. So, yeah, we're going Hellray. Next up is UU. 691 versus Taking Notes Kinda. I have
691.
I have heard of 691 before. Great name. First of all, great name. Second of all, he's great.
Is a defending SCL champion.
He's a great player. He's a great player in his own right, and I'm quite excited to see how
he plays in SCL and is said to be good UU. Well,
I will take SCL's word for it. Like, as good as Taking Notes kinda is, and trust me.
As good as Taking Notes kinda is, he's not in SCL.
I'm sorry to say this, but yes. 691 for the win.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is RU. Ooh, potential highlight match maybe? We have High Naming is Hard versus Stories. Well, we have seen High Naming is Hard before. He came in with a lot of hype from years past and being a great RU player. And he's definitely shown some good performances in BLT. Meanwhile, Stories is Stories.
I think Stories wins.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm going with the traditional RU main here. I think I'm going High Naming's Hard to beat Stories. Upset? Betting man instincts? It's both. Next up is NU. We got Django versus Shengineer.
Shoot, damn.
Good matchup. Good matchup. Django, and a defending NUPL champion. Well, he is a NUPL champion. Meanwhile, Shengineer is a GOAT.
Yeah, just because Django's an NUPL champion, it doesn't mean he's better than Shengineer. Just saying. It means that his team won NUPL.
Shengineer for the win.
It doesn't mean he went positive, though.
Shengineer for the win. Are you going with Shengineer too?
For familiarity's sake, yes. I don't really know Django well.
Django. We're picking Shengineer. We're picking S. Engineer.
All I know is that I've heard Django's pretty good, but I'm still going Shengineer because when I think OU, I think Shengineer.
Oh, you're not immediately...
NU.
You're not immediately thinking Stories, but alright, fine. Shengineer.
Well, I've seen Shengineer more recently. That's why.
Yeah, Shengineer's good. Like, Shengineer's a GOAT. Like, you cannot describe. You cannot expect anything less when you're watching a Shinjin match. All right, next up is PU. We got Esteban versus Suzuka.
I'm not terribly familiar with Suzuka.
Esteban is Eternal Ocean. Let's not forget.
I know that.
Yeah. I mean, this should be pretty obvious in who wins, right?
I wouldn't say that if we're unfamiliar with one of the players.
I'm going with Esteban.
Well, me too, but still.
Good. Next up is LC. We got Scene 344 UU versus Greedy EB. Greedy Epic Boost, if you want.
No.
Ship it, Vince.
No.
So these two, I have faced Scene 34 for UU before in LC and at past tour before. He clobbered me, so
Oh.
I could see some good things going for Scene 34. Greedy, he's had some really good performances, but we haven't just seen them in BLT specifically. So I hope this tour is a little kinder to him than in past years. So, Greedy?
Well, if you're more familiar with this
matchup.
CEN 344UU guy than I am, and you still say Greedy, then I'll go Greedy.
I don't know. I just see Greedy winning. Okay. Monotype. This one's a highlight for me. Like, this is a highlight for me. Memphis Depay versus Royal Reloaded. I am so excited that Memphis Depay is joined the BLT ranks, cause he's great. He's great at the multi.
I don't really know him.
He's great at the multi-gen OUs. Just absolutely killing it in his games, and just being familiar with his plays. Memphis Depay is gonna rock, but he is facing a mono goat in Royal Reloaded, so this one's a very tough first opponent for Memphis Depay. But yeah, as much as I want to root for Memphis, I think it's Royals. I think it's Royals' first win.
Okay, well, I'm not familiar with Memphis Depay, so I'll agree.
Alright, next up is Doubles OU. 5'5" versus Sea Life. Both relatively low Mogon scores. Are you familiar with both of these?
I'm more familiar with 5'5" than I am Sea Life.
How would you describe 5'5"?
Well, he's 5'5".
Not in his username, woman. Don't be literal.
What if I wasn't talking about his username?
What the frick? How did you describe him as a player?
Well, he plays doubles.
What the fuck? That's very bare bones. Have you faced him before, actually, in doubles?
I don't think so, but I've chat with him before. I've seen him play before.
And
he's among Kinu's comrades.
And
he seems fairly good at doubles.
Okay. How about Sea Life?
I don't recall seeing him play doubles.
That's worrying.
He did get some you. I guess I just never saw.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with the one we're most familiar with, I guess. Let's go for 5'5".
Yeah, I'm going for 5'5" because I do not know how the other guy is in doubles.
Alright, next up we have Ranbats JJ09 Lee versus Leshen. Or Lekhen. Lechen.
Yeah, what?
Lekhen. I mean, is there ever any doubt who's going to win?
Yeah, not really.
I predict JJ is going to clobber poor Lechen. In 2. And
I agree.
And bonus take, I think both games will last less than 20 turns. That's just goes how to show you the comparative skill differences between JJ and Lechen. What more can you ask for?
I don't know what else you could ask for.
Alright, next up we have a National Dex Adrian versus Silu. I've heard Silu is, well, look at it. Look at his banner. Look at what he is currently in his role of.
Yeah!
He's from Maryland, and he's born on May 1st. Near happy birthday. Yeah, I mean, there's no chance. I mean, as good as Adrian might be, you're facing off against the fucking National Dex leader. Come on.
I don't even know how good Adrian is.
So, Silu?
Well, yeah, by default, I don't know who Adrian is.
Okay, we're going Silu. We're going to just Silu all the way. Alright, next up we have the Lavender Lapresses, the Boomer Squad versus Scream, aka the Meme Squad. Alright, first off we have Ubers, we have the Emoksu 9 versus Meme Dose 46. Okay. NDPL champion. Emoksu 9. Meme Dose. I mean, we've seen him play Ubers. He's, you know, at least he has a main. I want to say that. But is it better than Emoksu 9? I don't think so.
Emoksu 9 is currently in the Ubers ladder tournament playoffs.
Yeah, sorry, Meme Dose. I think you're getting clobbered here. I'm going with Emoksu. Are you going to go Emoksu?
Yeah.
Alright.
Sorry.
Next up is OU. One Last Kiss versus Keshba. Can we...
One last kiss.
Can we please have one last kiss? Have a good tour for once. Can we just have one last kiss? Do one last BLT run? Maybe, potentially. We don't know. But just end off on a high note. One last kiss. Right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, OU. We got Nemose versus Terracotta.
I don't know crap about Nemose.
Me neither. And he's one of the guaranteed guys. Right?
From what cycle?
2? 2? I want to say 2. Yeah, I wasn't bullshitting. He was one of the guaranteed guys in Cycle 1. But as good as he may be, I mean, it's Terracotta.
Yeah, I should think Terra is better than most other people who called in guaranteed pool.
Bro may not be playing Ubers or PU, but it's still Terracotta. Terracotta to win. Next up is Yo-Yo, and it's Ziri versus Just Franco. Do we really need to say how much of a highlight match this one is?
Nope, I don't think it needs to be said.
And just Franco said he'd rather play anything but UU, yet the thing showed that he signed up for UU. Wasn't that the joke from the draft? Yeah, both players. I mean, we've seen them before. We've seen them tear through their particular pools enough times. We've seen them both go undefeated, I think, once until they died. But now they've resurrected, and yeah, it's just Ziri versus Franco all over again. Who do you think? Who do you think?
Who do you think?
Who do I think? I think I'm going Franco. Sorry, Ziri.
I was kind of thinking the same thing, yeah.
Sorry, Ziri. I think age has caught up to you.
But, like, would anyone be surprised that if Ziri wins? I don't think anyone would.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ziri wins. Despite how age may have came up to Ziri, he's still a really good player. And he's facing off against a really good player. It's still a freaking highlight match in the end. So Franco to win, but I don't expect anything less if Ziri wins. Next up, we have RU. Another potential highlight match. Ampha versus Fiend. Well. What do we have here? Fiend, who was a big meme during the draft. And in the Ufnos Legacy League, he's one of, if not the best record holders in that pool. But that was Gen 7. This is Gen 9. And Fiend's still really good. It's annoying how good he is.
Okay, it sounds to me like you're gonna pick Fiend.
Yes, I am gonna pick Fiend. As good as Anthem may be, Fiend's just one level above.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'll agree with you then.
Alright. Fiend. Next up is NU. We have Diamond's Realm versus Big Tony.
Oh.
Alright, Diamond's Realm. First time we're seeing them.
Yeah, because they went undrafted last year.
Somehow.
For some insane reason.
Somehow. You guys skipped over Diamond's Realm. Even you, Pokemon.
Yeah, that made me sad, because, like, I was somewhat aware of how good he was even back then. I had faced him before, got clobbered, and I'm like, this dude's really good.
Yeah, this dude's really good, and I'm glad that he's gonna perform here in this year's BLT, and he's going up against Big Tony. I think this is just gonna be a really good showcase for Diamond's Realm.
Yeah, the previously undrafted BLT player into SCL player.
Diamond's Realm, I think, should win.
Diamond's Realm.
PU, we got another exclusive highlight here. We have Lenny, aka T-Lenet, versus Finn Balor.
You see, this makes me feel frustrated because I feel like I was lied to. Not me specifically, but my team.
What do you mean?
Raj said that Lenny said he wouldn't play PU. That he was too busy for it. So we didn't draft him.
They gaslighted you. They put a light in your gas. They gaslighted. This is a...
Or the Labrases are forcing Lenny into this.
They probably are. I wouldn't put it past them. But this is still a really good matchup. T-Lenet and Balor are great players, and Balor transitioning over to PU seems like a very fresh start. So it's going to be pretty interesting. Who are you picking?
That's a difficult question, because,
oh, really?
if it's true that T-Lenet is busy, then who knows how much he'll prep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, whereas Balor, Well, he's not exactly a stranger to PU, you know.
He's not. He's not. I know exactly how good this PU is. So who are you picking?
I guess I'll go Lenny, but I wouldn't be surprised if Valor wins.
I'm gonna go with Balor. Even though I do know that T-Lenet is an established PU main, I think Balor's got him beat in terms of skill. So, next up we have LC, Teemo versus the Iron Pikachu, which happened. And despite everyone memeing on him, Teemo actually picked up a win over Iron Pikachu. I would have picked Iron Pikachu. Would you?
I'm not really sure.
Ouch.
Who I would have picked.
Ouch. Alright. Not confident at all at Iron Pikachu, aren't you?
I mean, I've beaten iPika quite a few times at LC in the past.
I know. I've seen those games.
Of course, those were room tours, but still. Several times.
Next up, we have Doubles OU. Icy Penguin versus Irene, which also happened. A lot of happened. And Icy Penguin won, which I'm not surprised by. What are you?
I don't know who I would have predicted to win. I mean, I don't really know Icy Penguin that well.
But did you see the game?
Yeah, I saw the game.
What did you think?
Well, not live, but I watched it.
Well, what do you think?
Icy Penguin played quite well.
Alright. Hopefully that gives you more confidence for Icy Penguin in the future. Next up is Monotype, Vaporeons versus Tare, and yeah. I would have picked Tare to win.
Me too, probably.
We're gonna elaborate these games in next week's video. Next week's 4-hour video. Fucking hell. Alright. Next up is the Ranbats Best 3. We got Just Out 4459 versus Rafna. I mean, we know PokeArt, that Rafna's good. And I've been told that Rafna's really good at Rans.
He won that anime Rans tour.
Yeah.
Which was a tour, by the way.
It's a big tour. It was a big tour, and Rafna came out the winner in that one. And Just Out, I mean, we've seen them. Well, we haven't seen them, but I know from people that he's a good player. So
yeah, I keep hearing that Just Out is really good, but I don't really recall seeing the guy.
Yeah, man, very interesting. I'll pick Rafna though. What about you?
I'll pick Rafna for familiarity's sake, but I wouldn't be surprised if Just Out is in fact the GOAT.
And finally, we have National Dex. We have Nashrock versus Omar's Garcia V. Or Garciav. National Dex leader, Omar. Nashrock. Quite experienced in this tier. At least from what I heard from some people.
Okay, I'm thinking Omar, if he's a national Dex leader.
You thinking Omar, huh?
Well, you just said He's a national dex leader, and this is national dex.
I mean, you think. Yeah, you're right. Yes, you're right. It's Omar. I think this is Omar's tier. This is in Omar's wheelhouse. I think Omar should win.
Quite literally Omar's tier.
Yeah, it's in his wheelhouse. And that's it. We have finished predicts for week 1. Tune in next time where we recap all 48 of games. Actually, not even 48 because Ranbats is best of 3. So 50 games plus per week. You're welcome. Fuck my mental health, I guess. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you won't miss a video once it comes out. See you next week. We've started BLT, and it ain't gonna stop for 7 weeks more. Maybe 8.
Only 7?
Maybe 8. Maybe 9.
9.
9?
9.
That's not including tiebreakers. Anyway.
Yes. You have to remember it's 7 weeks plus semis plus finals. Minimum.
I'm fine. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And this has been McCoy, signing out.
Farewell.